us who follow us and have been there. I want to thank especially those on TikTok. You've really done a great job sharing our message and opening it and listening to our TikToks. I want to pray that the Lord blesses you so much. And hopefully you recommend us to someone else also. Hopefully our content is making a lot of sense and it is something you can hold on. It is something you can trust in. It is something that you can run with. So may the good Lord bless you. I have come here yet with another great message, a message that is so common with married people, a message that affects all of us also. This message is about relationship with our in-laws. Relationship with our in-laws. I want to think every marriage group at some point they have to discuss the relationship with their in-laws. They have to discuss how to relate to the in-laws, have to discuss how does it work out. Many people have had issues, the in-laws, they've had issues with the relatives from your husband's side are the ones we call in-laws. The relatives from your wife's side, dear husband, they're the ones, we find that we are calling in-laws. How have you found your relationship with them? How has it worked out with you, dear friends? So I want to challenge you. I want to call upon you. This is what we are discussing today, sharing about our relationship with our in-laws. Some people have had their worst moments. They have had their worst moments in their lives with a relationship with their in-laws. It has not gone well. It has not worked out well. They've had issues after issues relating with their in-laws. So this is why I felt that maybe I can come, maybe I can offer some help, maybe I can offer some support. Maybe you can find something maybe you had not thought about from here. Maybe it can help you, dear friends. So I want to challenge you that we need to find a way how we can relate better with our in-laws. And this is how it starts, dear friends. Over time, of course, I've been involved in these things of marriage. Over time, I came to learn that in-laws. It came about, that these are related to you by marriage. These are people are related to us by marriage. They are not our relatives by blood. They are brothers by marriage. They are sisters by marriage. They are our mother. She's our mother by marriage. My father by marriage. And they come in because of the marriage relationship. So the other behind the description is that these are your relatives. They are your relatives by law. They are your relatives by law, in law. Something like by law they are your relatives. By law they can influence things in your marriage. By law they can influence things in your family. By law they are part of you. We have these ones who have come in with our brothers and sisters, but this one is a brother-in-law, a sister-in-law. By law, they have influence on your marriage. By law, they can make an influence on your marriage. I don't know whether you have ever come across that and whether you have ever known that. That they are our relatives by law. They are not our brothers and sisters, but by law they are. So in-law just has that kind of background. Of course, Century is back. Century is back. Century is back when you read different write-ups. So, dear friends, I want to challenge you. These ones who come by marriage, who are our relatives by marriage, who are our brothers and sisters by marriage. I want to tell you, dear friends, one, you cannot chase them away from your marriage. The same way you cannot chase your brothers and sisters, even these ones, you cannot chase them away from your marriage. They have a hold there, they have their place there, they have their influence there, they have their presence there. So all you can do is to find how you can relate with them, how you can make, how you can make some connection with them, how you can respect them, dear friends. And the quick things that I want to share with us, dear friends. The relationship with our in-laws often has become so bad, has become so challenging because maybe you have not taken enough time to think about it. Maybe you have not given its own place. Maybe we have not realized how strong it can be in our marriage. Maybe we have not accepted that surely these are part of our family. One thing that you need to that's why you need to start from is that this one is part of my family. Your mother-in-law, the mother of your husband, is coming to visit you. You need to know this one is part of my family. She's not infringing on you. She's not, coming inappropriately. She's not here by trouble. She's not here by mistake. She's here to check on her son and to check on her daughter-in-law, the wife to her son. Some of them we have had the best. There are some people who have had the best relationship with their in-laws, the best relationship with their in-laws. You see, it also depends on your mind, the perspective you're carrying in your mind. What place do you give them in your mind? It all matters, dear friend. When you don't give them the right place in your mind, you will have issues. Maybe you came from a background where the in-laws were just so bad. There are people not to connect with. There are people you don't want to hear about because you have heard the way they relate is so terrible. And you come from that experience. Maybe they mistreated your mother. Maybe they mistreated your dad. Maybe they never respected your dad or your mother at all. They are in-laws. And you feel maybe even here, you don't need Kwesemberera. You don't need Kubasemberera. You don't need to come anywhere close to them because they can be so terrible to you. Dear friends, I want to challenge you. The message I have come to you that you can make a good relationship with your in-laws. In your mind, for example, are they just relatives by marriage, or you have actually accepted them as the real brothers and sisters in your marriage? You have accepted this is also my mother, this is also my father. You've welcomed them in your marriage, you've given them a place. The first thing to do is that you welcome them in your marriage and give them a place. You don't know this is my father. You know, he is the father of your husband. But when you marry your husband, you come to realize now you have two fathers. You now have two mothers, and they all need their own place. They all need their respect because she is concerned about her daughter that you married, and she's concerned about you. He's concerned about the son that you married and concerned about you. So you also need to balance and know they are right to have concerns. They are right to show, kindness. They are right to be involved in your marriage. So, dear friends, at what level you involve your in-laws also matters. At what level you perceive of the relationship with you also matters. Your in-laws, dear friends. You need to welcome them as real brothers, as real sisters, as real parents, dear friends, in your marriage. And relate them appropriately. Relate with them appropriately, dear friends. Because if you don't do so, they are here to stay. They are here to stay. They are not going away. They are not going away anywhere. You are sleeping with their son. You are making life, doing life with their son. So they are here to stay. You're making life with their daughter. So they are here to stay. They have to keep an eye there. Unfortunately, one thing that I must recognize, because they are here by law, they are here just by marriage, they are relatives by marriage. I want to tell you, some of them, they will be tiptoeing, they will be looking into your marriage to see what is wrong there, what is not happening right there. Some of them will do that. But please, find a way how to manage it. Find a way how to manage it. They will be like, we had your wife already stopped the baby from breastfeeding at 1 year, at 6 months. We heard when they started those statements. We heard that your husband got a promotion. You know, we heard that your husband comes at home very late in the night. We heard that your wife does not even know how to cook a good meal. We heard that your wife is struggling, your wife is having issues and challenges. We heard that you are not cooperating with your neighbors, your wife, your husband is not cooperating with the neighbors. We heard. Some of them will come from that perspective. But is that the end? No, you can find out how to handle it. You can find out how to manage it. Please forgive them. I want to tell you, forgive them. It is okay. All human relationships will have their weaknesses. And this one, because they are not by blood, they are coming in by law, by marriage, they are coming in. It may have challenges, but it depends on also how you are able to relate with them. Depends on how you are able to relate with them. Let me tell you a scenario with my children. At some point, you will have a children like me. At some point, at some point with my children, you will find that you have a child that you must bring a gift to them just because they are so demanding. They are so demanding, not because you love them so much, not because of that good love that you have for your children, but because this child is so demanding, and therefore you have to make sure that you meet the standard. You have to make sure, dear friend, you come with a gift because this child will always say, "Dad, you've just come empty hands like that." Man, did you didn't think about us when you are coming? Have you brought anything in your bag for us? Your child will be like that. And so you love them maybe a step higher. You love them a little higher just because they're so demanding. So some of the relatives we have, some of the in-laws we have, they may be so demanding. But don't you have people who are so demanding from your family? your blood people. Don't you have some of them who are very demanding? Maybe you have. Maybe you have. You know, we have them in our family, but when it comes from the other side, it looks like so inappropriate, it looks like so undeserving, looks like outrageous, looks like so bad. But dear friends, even with those ones who are by blood, you'll find challenges. Some of them will be so demanding. So it will happen, dear friends. And I want to challenge you, recognize them, relate with them at their level. Make sure you accommodate them at their level. Don't create a mind that I don't want to hear anything about my in-laws. No. They have interest in your marriage because you're married to their son, you're married to their daughter. So, dear friends, we need to give them the right place. We need to give them the right place. Then some children, you just be motivated to bring them gifts because either they are hardworking or they are so lovely or they are so kind. You're just motivated to bring them gifts. But dear friends, some of them you'll be forced to bring them a gift. So these are the in-laws that we are talking about. And you need to take note of this. Some of the relatives of the in-laws that you have, you may have in-laws who are very needy. They are very needy, or they create a lot of unnecessary pressure, or they are so demanding like that. Whichever one that you can use, they are inappropriately treating you. You know, they're treating you inappropriately. So you are likely to have, in-laws who are like that. Some of them, not all of them, some of them, or the whole ride from your wife's side, they create a lot of demands. Create a lot of demands. You know, you have relatives where you have even switched off your phone. I mean, you have blocked them. They could be in-laws that you blocked them. In-laws, they don't fear these sisters in-law. They can pick a phone and call their brother in-law. The one who marries their sister and call them for money, direct for money, not through the wife. You would expect that they can ask money through their wife, through their sister, who is the wife to this man. But some of them can pick a phone and call the husband of their sister to their sister and say, I need money, I need help, I'm in trouble. You have the mother of your wife who can pick a phone call and call you for money direct to the husband-in-law. I mean, to the son-in-law. That is trouble. That's terrible. But it happens. So when it happens, you run out of the marriage. That you have the father of the wife that you're married to who can pick a call and call you, ask you for money. Like I've told you, you would expect these in-laws to ask for help, to request for help through their daughter, through their son. But I tell you, some of them will skip a step and ask you direct. Skip a step and ask you direct. We have these in-laws who will just come to your home without making any phone call. You are living in the city or in the town, and your in-law travels from up country, travels from their village, and just comes because you went in the bus park and they're like, I am in the bus park, and when I'm coming to your home, which taxi do I take? What should I tell the border when I'm coming to your home? Because I'm already here in the bus park. We have seen these things, dear friends, and they will happen. They can happen from your blood people. They can also happen from your relatives by marriage, the ones we are calling in-laws. Someone calls you. It's at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. It's at 8 p.m. Someone is calling you. I am in the bus park and coming to sleep at your home. I'm coming to sleep at your home. So which direction do I take? I have lost the direction coming to your home. They will come. They will be there. Some of them will be reckless like that. Some of them will be careless like that. But dear friends, we need to give them a place. Give them a place. Creating fights, creating trouble, looking at your wife or your husband because they're the ones who have not spoken to their relatives, they have not taken care of them, may not help. However, the situation will be worsened when the husband is I mean, he's so soft with his side. He's so soft with his people. He does not want to speak about anything about their sister. The sister who comes at home and mistreats your wife. The sister who comes at home and creates a lot of issues. Let me tell you, there are some in-laws who will come to your home and immediately they have a lot of things to identify that are going wrong in your marriage and they will speak them up. They will speak them up. They will not keep quiet. They will tell you, this is how your children are dressing. This sitting room, the way I left it is the same that I'm finding it. But that car also that you drive. They will speak about your food that you prepared for them. Your mother-in-law comes and that night you prepared the food and immediately she makes a comment about your food. She tells you how for her she does not flow well with this kind of food, this menu that you prepared. Straight to you. Whether your husband is there or is not there, she will tell you. So we need to find a way how we can relate with the hard characters. we need to find a way how we can relate with these complicated characters, how we can make life with them, how we cannot, carry them on our heads and it's like we are bursting or breaking it down. Find out how to relate with them, dear friends. They will not keep quiet. They will come and talk about the soap that you are using in your washroom. Talk about your soap that you use in your washroom. They will go to your kitchen and they power out words there. I mean, they can damage your life. They can cause you trouble. But get used to know how to deal with human character. It is all about human character, human relations, like any other. Like any other dear friend. We have had this comment, this a lot of discussion that keeps coming up now and again. You have this mother who competes with the daughter-in-law to sit in the front seat, the front passenger seat of the car, of the husband maybe. Let me say that like that. And compete. This mother-in-law must sit in the front. And the wife sometimes also wants to sit in the front. So we fail to find out, who is who, dear friends. So I want to challenge dear friends that we need to find a way how we can handle this relationship. We need to give them the right place and we make sure we connect with them right away. We connect with them right away, dear friends. Okay, what do we do, dear friends? One way we say that you need to give them the right place. You need to give them the right place. Recognize that they are here to stay. Recognize that these are your relatives. Recognize that these are in-laws or by blood, they are relatives and they are here to stay. Recognize that they have power to cause influence upon your marriage. Because you will not stop them from talking to your spouse, your wife, or from talking to your husband. They will be talking to them. They will be talking to them, dear friends. So make sure you recognize them and give them their place, give them their right place, dear friends. And talk about them with your spouse. Make sure you talk about appropriate details about your lad. The uncle is coming. But who is this uncle? Is the other one we talked about this and this and this. We shared about this and this about your spouse. So you have a way you can talk about this uncle is coming. This relative who is coming to stay here for the night, to stay here with us for a weekend. But who is this relative? What did you say about this relative? Take your spouse through about this relative, about your relatives. Find the time to talk about. It's not rugambo. It's not rumoring about your spouse. It's not backbiting them. No, dear friends. You can find a way how you can talk about your spouse, your relatives peacefully, calmly, and very well. So I want to challenge you, dear friends. Find a way how you can connect with them. Find a way how you can talk to them, dear friends. How you can speak calm about them. Share about the details. We find a lot of trouble when you conceal every information about your relatives and your spouse has to dig deep by himself or by herself to know anything about your relatives. You don't want to talk about them. Sometimes you talk about them like they are angels. You don't want to mention any weakness about them, any challenges with them. And your spouse has to dig deep to get information by himself or by herself. Don't do that. When you're making intimacy, in those good moments of your marriage, make a reference about your relatives, talk about them, share about it, so that when we meet them, your spouse knows whom is he meeting, whom is she meeting. When those in-laws, spill words, just say power out words that are damaging, words that are heartbreaking. Your spouse, when they are prepared about who they are, dear friends, the landing will be a little easier than when they don't know anything about them. But your friends, share appropriate detail about your relatives, but your in-laws, but also plan for them. Involve them in your marriage. Know they are here to stay. Maybe your in-laws, they're struggling with rent. They're struggling. They don't have shelter. They're struggling. Their shelter is having issues. Can you identify these issues before they bring them up? Can you find what you can be able to do within your means before they bring them up? Yes, that's the way to go. That's a softer and easier way to deal with them. Identify the challenges from their side. Identify how you can how you can be of help to them before they bring up these issues. Yes. For me at my home, for example, there's a way we do things. Every Christmas, we do Christmas and Easter here in Uganda. Every Christmas, every Easter, we plan for our parents. We know maybe every family of our parents, we are sending this much, we are giving this gift here, we are doing this. When we go up country to this village, to our village, we know this is what we are taking to this parent, this is what we are taking to this parent. Plan ahead of time. Don't wait these things, to come as emergencies. When they come as emergencies, it becomes trouble. Some of them you'll do your part and still they are so demanding, still they put you on pressure, still they are so behaving inappropriate. But dear friends, plan ahead of them. Plan ahead of them. Talk about them ahead of them. Develop plan ahead of them. And I wish the wife, you are developing a plan ahead of them for your husband's side. And the husband even becomes better when you develop a plan for the wife's side even before. The issues come up. Have a plan with them, dear friends. Involve with them in their lives appropriately again, at an appropriate level. Someone is marrying maybe the younger sister of your wife is getting married, or the younger brother of your husband is getting married. Dear friend, you wait to be invited, you wait to be involved. Involve yourself in the whole process. Participate in the whole process. These are also your people. Your in-laws are your people. So involve yourself at a good level, such that you do not have to be called in fussy. I mean, you do not have to be pushed into things. Hmm? Some people I know, these little things is like, before they invite me, I will not do anything. They have to come officially and invite me. They have to come officially and engage me. If they don't give me an invitation card specifically for me, I will not go. If they don't do what, dear friends, make life easy. Make life easy. Involve yourself in these relatives, in these in-laws' life. Be intentional to love and respect them. Be intentional. Start it from yourself. Welcome them warmly. Welcome them peacefully. Welcome them kindly. I want to tell you, dear friend, with humor. Make sure you associate with them with humor. Relate with them with humor. Respect and love them. I want to tell you, dear friends, life will be easier. Even the most hardened person is likely to be found softer when you start it earlier and you go ahead of them. Some of them definitely they are a hard character to love, a hard character to respect. Because whatever level of respect you give them, they are likely to see you like you are not caring. Even when you've done your best, they are likely to see you like you've not done it. Maybe you built your wife's parents a home. You built your wife's parents a home, but still they are showing you the kitchen. They are showing you the fridge. They are telling you they don't have a fridge. I know at my own family, whenever I go there with my wife, there are issues. There are issues there. Issues. Some of them which are not at their family, but the Lord has been faithful to us. We have known how to handle them. And partly is to talk about our relationship, to talk about our relatives, and we be open about them. Yes, my wife knows almost about every relative I have, how they behave, how they handle life, and for us it has helped us. I know some people say, never tell your wife about your relative, never tell your husband about your mother, your father, never tell, not with me, not with us at our family. For us, we talk about our parents, we talk about our in-law relatives very openly, and we know how to deal with them. This one who is coming, this one, so who behaves like this, who lives their life like this. We can tell who is coming in. And they coming to add value. Just know that you are there to add the value to your spouse, you are there to add the value also to the in-laws. Present yourself, position yourself to add the value to your spouse, to add the value to your in-laws. Yes, the more you prepare to add value to them, dear friends, the better life becomes, the easier life becomes, and you'll flow very well, you'll connect very well, because you prepared to involve yourself in their affairs before they even call you in. So, dear friends, I want to challenge you. It is high time that you give your relatives, your in-laws, the right place. It is high time you involve yourself in their affairs. It is high time you plan for them. It is high time you go ahead of them. Ahead of them. You may not be having enough resources. Most of the things with in-laws, they may need resources, but you can just give a phone call. You can just become closer to them by giving them a phone call, checking on them, saying hi, how are you doing? This thing of calling on each other, this thing of, making a phone call to each other that is consistent and regular now and again, that one alone creates a strong relationship even without resources. Even without resources. So I want to challenge you, dear friends. Know that you came into their lives to add some value. And if you set up yourself like that, I want to tell you, your relationship with your in-laws will be easier. Don't cover up your relatives from your spouse. Don't cover up at all. No. At the appropriate level, open up and share about them. Appropriately share about them. Know how to help them. Know how to be of support to them. Visit them with an intention. Visiting with an intention. If you are a Christian like me, you can open a scripture. You can go there and lead a prayer. You know, you can go there and lead a prayer, and it can make a lot of sense, dear friends. But if you position yourself to be resistant and hesitant, dear friends, you'll find a lot of trouble. So may the good Lord bless you, dear friends. That is how you can handle your relatives, your in-laws. That is how you can relate with your in-laws. If you are to help them, plan about it earlier, whom you can be able to help from the side of your in-laws and whom you cannot be able to help. Talk about with your spouse. This one we can, this one we cannot. The amount is so high, maybe the cost sharing. And be open about the kind of help that you are able to help. Be able, when they're coming to visit, some of them, you know, we have these in-laws, these friends, they will come and say, I'm coming at your place, and you don't know how long they are spending at your place. Only to realize it is week 1, week 2, week 3, and maybe your wife, these are relatives to your wife, she's not able to talk to them and say, when are you going back? You are here up to how long? Or they are relatives from your husband's side, and the husband is just folding his hands. He's not asking his brother, when is he going back? He's here to stay for how long? Dear friends, the world we are in today, we need to know the relative who has come to stay with us is for how long? It is no longer secret. It is no longer something private. No. We need to know you've come to visit us for how long? You are here for what purpose? Maybe pursuing the academics here. Are they pursuing some medical health, looking for a better facility? But yeah, we need to know for how long. So when your spouse is asking, your sister is here for how long, it is no longer an irrelevant question. It is no longer a wrong question. When you call your spouse, you call your husband and say, my sister is on the bus, has told me is coming or is coming next week. We need to know for how long and for what purpose. It is no longer something so private. Talk about these things, dear friends. Talk about your friends. You know, and when your relative is at home, maybe your dear wife, when your sister is at home, when your mother is at home, you know, you need to be closer. Dear husband, when your father has come to visit you at your home, you need to be closer to your father than even your wife. Don't let them in when you know you have so busy schedules and you not have time for them, and you leave them to your wife. They can be a challenge, your wife. They can spoil your relationship. So dear friends, I want to tell you, our relatives, it would be better when they come at home when we are around to handle with them, to avoid, to neutralize the other issue of in-law, the other issue of, you know, relative by marriage, relative by law. To neutralize it, let them come in when you have enough time with them, when you can have time to attend to them. Don't leave them. You know, your father is at home, dear husband, and you leave your father to your wife, and your wife is not even having a clue how to prepare meals for your husband, for your father. He does not have a clue how to handle the situation. And words are created, words are taken to the village, and words are put up here. No, you need to be close to your relatives. You need to be close and listen to them and handle them, not to leave them to your wife or to your husband, your friends. Make sure you go ahead of them and you can handle better. Thank you so much, dear friends. So, in our relationship, that's how we do, that's how we handle our in-laws. Some of them have gone ahead to call them mother-in-law, father-in-law. Yeah, you can do that. But the other thing of their relatives by marriage still stands. So let us handle them. Let us be bold to speak facts and speak principles to them. Mom, you've come to our home, but our home, this is how we do. She's a maid who prepares, she's the one in the kitchen, this is how we decide our meals. I mean, you cannot make commands at our home. Let's speak up. My dear men, speak to your parents when they come to your home and say, this is what you expect from our home, this is how we do life. You have a relative who comes past midnight, who comes very late, maybe even drunk, friends, and you are keeping quiet about that? You're leaving this relative to your spouse? No, you're the one to deal with them and tell them here it is a chililego, it is not right to come late. Right to come late. We need to know where you're coming from. So let us handle life like that. It is not right to someone to come to your home, your in-law, and they're barking at your children. They're abusing your children. They're abusing the workers you have at home. They're abusing the other people they find at home. No. It becomes rights, my right. You know, when they come to their son's home, they want, it's my right for this, my right, my right. Don't accept that. Be a husband. Make sure you talk to your people. Make sure you put them online. Make sure you collect them and you give them the right direction. Thank you so much. May the good Lord bless you, dear friends. I believe we can create a discussion and continue to discuss about this wherever we are. It can be better than where it is now. The Lord bless you.